guys, I want you guys to pretend all this code here is not code, it's an office. I'm going to explain to you exactly how all this works in the back end, the fundamental analysis. All right, so right here where you see from, transformers, blah, 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 those are the smart guys. Those are the guys that CEOs, right? And then we have the trainers. That's like HR. I call them Torch Timmy. Import requests, that's Sketchy Larry. That's the guys that you kind of pay under the table and say, hey, go get me that. Beautiful Soup, also part of that sketchy crew. Go get me that in case the other sketchy guy, Sketchy Larry, doesn't do his job. Then we import Scrappy, and he'll go get the job done. All right? Now, we got these nerds, import NumPy and MP. They do calculations, all right? Calculations and organization. Names Dexter, Sheldon. Nerds, all right? Import Y Finance. That's where the nerds go to get the data that they need, all right? Now, pretend it's Monday morning, right? Wallie's up, CEO, ready to go do his thing. This is how it works. Monday morning meeting. He says, hey, bring Bert and the nerds in here. Let's have a little meeting. All right, nerds, let's get to work. Torch Timmy, I need you to train nerd number 1 on his job. Says, hey, Dexter, here's your training manual. This is what tokens mean. This is what results mean. This is how I want it. Blah, 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 blah. So, boom, nerd number 1, Dexter's trained. He knows how to do his job. Now, Torch Timmy, HR, goes and trains nerd number 2, Sheldon. Boom. So he comes in and says, Sheldon, this is what you do. I want you to get the news for me. I want you to put it in this order. I want 5 news headlines, and I want the titles only. Okay? All right, nerd? Cool. Now he trains them on how he wants them to do sentiment analysis, right? So he wants them to score it from 1 to 5. That's what all this stuff means. Score it from 1 to 5, 1 being good, 5 being bad, right? So now that's how the basic framework of the fundamental analysis works. Now I'm going to show you in real world like how it works. So let's pretend a client comes in and says, yo, I want the sentiment on Apple, all right? Or Tesla. Let's do Tesla. All right? So now the nerds, Wallie says to the nerds, hey, go get me the sentiment on Tesla. Go do your job. Go up here, these functions. These are called functions in coding. Go do your thing on Tesla, all right? And get me the headlines. That's the first thing that's going to come across Wallie's desk, the headlines. Let me show you what that looks like. Well, I run this code by writing Python app.py. Boom. So that's 1, that's 2, that's 3, 4, 5 headlines, okay, of news that's happening today, all right? But can't really read that. We don't, there's nothing there. So next, what we got to do, we tell the nerds, hey, send it over to Sheldon, that's the math guy, and have him do some sentiment analysis on it and make it prettier. You know what I'm saying? Make it a little bit prettier, put it in a PDF or data frame, and bring that back to me. Let me see what that looks like. So then nerd guy goes and does his job. We'll move this over here. Then you're going to see what that looks like. It's going to look a little bit more organized. Boom. There we go. It's a little bit more organized. Sheldon did a great job. Good job, Sheldon. Next, we're going to get to the nitty gritty, all right? Now, Dexter, do your thing and rate these headlines from 1 to 5, meaning 1 positive, 5 negative. Rate all of them, and then come up with a sentiment score on these 5 headlines, all right? So he does that, and we're going to print that out and show you what that looks like. Boom. So now Sheldon is reading, saying, yeah, this one's that, this one's that, this one's boom. Here we go. So overall, Sheldon gave it a sentiment score of 3. Let me, no, you know what? Gave it a sentiment score of 3. Now, before it goes back over to Wallie, Wallie needs to know the nitty gritty, like why did you give it a sentiment score of 3? Which ones are positive? Which ones are negative? So then they go back, okay, and prepare a report for the boss. And this is going to be the final report for Wallie before he comes back to you and gives you sentiment. Here we go. Boom. Wallie's going to get this document here, look over it, make sure everything's accurate. Now this is an average. The 3 is an average of all these numbers, which gives it a 3 sentiment score. Okay? Now that job is done. Wallie says, thanks nerds, thanks guys. I got my fundamental analysis. Tell the technical guys to get in here and hurry up with that stuff. He combines both of those datas, then comes back to you and says the sentiment of Tesla is XYZ. Voila. You guys have a great day. Can't wait to get it to you guys. All right? Take care.